Hello, let me introduce myself first. My name is Anita Mufti and I'm from Management G 2023. The Hoja story. One day, the Hoja got an invitation to go to a banquet for dinner. He read the information in the invitation. He said that on the day of the invitation he would come. He put the invitation in the mantelpiece. The days passed and the day came. Hoja put these nice clothes for the dinner. He took the invitation and went to the banquet hall. As he was walking there, he saw a doorman, big, strong, broad, standing there blocking the way in. The doorman saw Hoja. He looked him up, he looked him down, he looked him up, and said, "You, sir, cannot come in." "Why?" said Hoja. "I'm dressed appropriately. Why can't I come in?" And the doorman said, "Because you are not dressed properly." "What?" said Hoja. "I'm dressed properly." "No," said the doorman. "No, you are not allowed to come in." Hoja didn't want to make a scene, so he went home and took one set of his finest clothes, made of silk, fine turban. His beard was combed, his shoes were nice, and he turned up, and he dressed very fine. Then he went to the banquet hall. There was the doorman. He saw Hoja coming in. He looked him up, he looked him down, he looked him up, and this time he did a strange thing. He paused the way to let him come in. The guests were sitting at the hall this way, that way. Hoja looked for the place where he should sit. He saw a table with name block Hoja, Hoja, and he drew the chair and sat on it. Not long after that, the first course was brought in. Ha! All the guests smelled the delicious food. Then they enjoyed it. Hoja looked at the soup, and the soup seemed very nice. But Hoja did a strange thing. He took the bowl and threw the soup into his clothes and his turban. The people sitting around him exclaimed, "Oh, disgusting! Who is the man sitting here?" Not to be embraced, the first curse was taken away and the second was brought in. They brought a variety of food and all the food smelled very delicious. Hoja watched everyone eat the food and suddenly Hoja put his hands inside the rice and he rubbed it all over his clothes. Then he put his hands inside the salad and poured it into his pants. He then picked up some meat and put it on his head. All the guests exclaimed, "Oh, disgusting!" The guests said that before the third course was brought in, we would call the host and ask him to send him out of the party. The host came and asked, "Sir, may I see your invitation?" Hoja took the invitation and showed it to him. The host read the information on the invitation. The host looked at the name block on the table and saw it read Hoja, Hoja. The host looked into the eyes of the man and the man looked at him. "I'm the Hoja." And the host said, "Sir, I can see that you have been invited and you are most welcome to sit here and enjoy the food. But can you explain the relation between the food with your clothes and your clothes with the food?" Hoja then began to explain, the first time I came to the banquet for dinner, your doorman didn't let me come in. He said I wasn't properly dressed. So I went home and put on something appropriate. Put on my finest clothes I have, and your doorman then let me come in. So, said Hoja to the host, it seems that you do not invite me but invite my clothes. That is why I would not eat the food but my clothes would eat it instead. And that time Hoja took all the plates and poured the food to all his clothes. Thank you. I think that's all from me. Thank you very much for the attention. Bye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.